Hello Goosebumps fans, Mr. Goosebumps Fan 2000 here, and welcome to another Goosebumps video. Today's Goosebumps video is going to be another Goosebumps Collection video, but this time for the year 2025. It's been a year since I started this YouTube channel, and it's been a year since my first video, my Goosebumps Collection 2024, uploaded on YouTube. Wow, it's been a year already? Time flies so fast. So I figured since I made my Goosebumps Collection video last year, I've decided why not do it again this year? As you can see here, my collection is massive. Well, sort of. As you can see, I have a lot of Goosebumps stuff. Yeah, this collection is massive, don't you think? Alright, so before we go ahead and get started, I would like to say two things. One, thank you so much for 900 subscribers. You guys rock. And two, for this video, I've decided not to pull out all the books, just by showing you the covers and read the titles and everything. Only problem is that because my collection is so big, it will take a long and hard time to do, and I don't want to waste too much of my time doing that either. And another thing, I don't want this video to be too long. If it did, then you guys will get bored. As a result, you'll never watch this video ever again. So yeah, I will not pull out all the books just by showing you the covers and read the titles. Instead, I will show you the sides of the books on the shelf. However, I can pull out a few items, let's say the items that you cannot see in the dark, and I'll show you some Goosebumps books that you've never seen before. Let's say the rare ones, for example. So yeah. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is to take a look at the Goosebumps merchandises. Here are the Goosebumps Funko Pops. As you can see here, I have the complete set. That's the Goosebumps hat. And here are the Goosebumps Trick or Treat Studios action figures. I only have the Scarecrow and the Mummy. The other ones, like the Mont Monster, Slappy, and the Haunted Mask figures, are really hard to find. And they're really expensive on eBay. I'll probably get them sometime later in the future. But I'm just glad that I have the Goosebumps Trick or Treat Studios action figures. They look amazing. Here's the Goosebumps watch. And we have the Loungefly Goosebumps items. This is the Night of the Living Dummy 2 wallet. And this is the really cool Haunted Mask backpack. This is the Goosebumps sweatshirt. Here's the front of it with the Goosebumps logo. And the back of it with the Goosebumps cover arts. This is the Haunted Mask t-shirt. And this really cool Night of the Living Dummy 3 sweatshirt. Now let's take a look at the Goosebumps stuff on the shelf. We're gonna go from top to bottom. Alright, on the top we have some Goosebumps board games. Some board games right here. There's the Goosebumps puzzle and the Goosebumps card game. Over here are the Goosebumps box sets. As you can see here, there's a huge stack of them. And there's this box set right there. And right there, there's the Goosebumps motion creature, and that's Slappy. And over here is the Goosebumps Calling All Creeps lunchbox. And then we have this Goosebumps 2020 calendar. Alright, here's the first shelf. The first shelf is the original Goosebumps series. But first, let's take a look at these two things. These three books here are the unnumbered versions. As you can see, they don't have numbers on the side. The reason they don't have numbers on the side was because they don't know how many books are going to be in the series. And R.L. Stine have no faith in the series either. However, the book series did well, and they became popular. Because of that, R.L. Stine write more Goosebumps books. Sometime later, after these books came out, they will have numbers on them. And these two books are the misprint books. This copy of Night of the Living Dummy has a typo on the back where it says, Chris decides to get a dummy of her own. Show Chris. It says Show Chris instead of Show Lindy. On this copy of The Ghost Next Door, the back of the book advertised Monster Blood instead of the Haunted Mask. Monster Blood was the third book, not the 11th book. Speaking of the Haunted Mask, we have the 1995 alternate version. As you can see here, the alternate version of the Haunted Mask was much different than the original version. And also, it doesn't have the tagline. That's strange. Now the logo said free mask inside, but unfortunately, it doesn't come with the mask. But I decided to pick this up because I don't have it. And then these two books, Night of the Living Dummy 2 and 2 copies of Say Cheese and Die Again, these books are the skinnier versions. These were much skinnier than the normal versions. And these are actually the Scholastic Book Club editions. They don't have the barcodes on the back. For these here, they decided to release these books at book fairs in order to cut cost. So I'm guessing that these are like the cheaper versions. And yes, the cheaper versions of Goosebumps books. And then we have the sealed retro tins. As you can see here, they're not opened, and they have the Goosebumps stickers on them. And here's all the books in the original series. All 62 books. Now, some of the books here actually have inserts inside, and I'll show you a couple that had inserts inside. Alright, this is Werewolf Skin, and this book comes with a werewolf mask inside. There it is. And here's Monster Blood 4. This book comes with the bookmark and the training cards. Alright, now we're on the second shelf. On the second shelf is the Goosebumps Reprints Collection. So, what we have right here are the classic Goosebumps reprints. These are the books that have the new cover arts by Brendan Norman. Here's the reprint version of The Haunted Car. This book has the new cover art by Brendan Norman instead of the original cover art by Tim Jacobus. The first 36 books had Brendan Norman's cover arts. This wasn't until 2024 when they decided to release the classic Goosebumps books with Tim Jacobus' cover arts. The reason they decided to go with Tim Jacobus' cover arts because Brendan Norman retired from making Goosebumps arts. So yeah, no more Goosebumps Brendan Norman's arts. This one right here, I know this doesn't count as a classic Goosebumps book, but it does have Brendan Norman's art, so I think it counts. Now there's one thing in the classic Goosebumps collection that I don't think a lot of people knew about, and it's this. This is the 2008 Special Collector's Edition of Welcome to Dead House. This was released way before these books came out, so I guess you could say that this is the first classic Goosebumps reprint. What's cool about this thing is that it actually has the poster. And fun fact, this is my first Goosebumps book that has a poster inside. Pretty cool, don't you think? Here we have the 2003 to 2007 reprints. I have all 57 books. Then we have the Retro Tin reprints. And these 5 are the Target exclusive reprints. And now we're on the third shelf. On the third shelf we have some collection books, some more books over here. The Retro Tins again, but this time they're not sealed. And then I have all the books of the Modern Goosebumps series. For the collection books I have right here are the Monster editions. I'm only missing the Frightlight edition, which it has camp stories in it. But it is hard to find and it is expensive. I'll probably get that someday in the future. Then after I get it, then the Monster editions are complete. Honestly, I think the Monster editions are pretty cool, and they're honestly better than the newer collections. Speaking of the new collections, we have the collections from the 2000s. We have the Campfire Collection, Monster Blood Collection, 30 Tales to Give You Goosebumps, and the Living Dummy Collection. Now, you may be asking, why do I have 2 Living Dummy collections? Well, that's because if you look closely on the side, it looks different. Yep, the sides are different. Even the covers are different. I actually made a short about these 2, which you can check it out right now. Alright, the books are from this part of the shelf. We have some more collection books. We got the Hair Raising Collection, the Vanishing Collection, and these 2 are the Goosebumps Slappy World 2-in-1 books, where they have 2 books into 1 book. We have Slappy Beware, Goosebumps Wanted the Haunted Mask, and Goosebumps Horrorland Write Your Fright. For the Modern Goosebumps series, right here we have the Goosebumps Horrorland books. I have all 19 books. The first 12 books of the Horrorland series is Arc 1. These books has 2 stories. One story was the plot, and the second story where the characters entered Horrorland. And then book 13 to 19 is Arc 2, aka the Jonathan Chiller era. In these books, the characters entered Horrorland, and that was before they met Jonathan Chiller. And these 6 books here are the Hall of Horror series. Now, as you can see here, I have 2 claws. Well, that's because, like the Living Dummy collection, they're different versions. This one here is the Horrorland version. I think this version is rare because, well, it was originally not rare when it first came out, but then all of a sudden it is rare now, and you'll never find this version anywhere. The only version you'll have to find at this point is the Hall of Horrors version. I think this one is much easier to find than the Horrorland version. Then we have the Most Wanted series. There's the paperback version of Goosebumps Wanted the Haunted Mask. This book was described to be book 0, and it's part of the Most Wanted series. They have all 10 books of the Most Wanted series and these 4 special editions. And here we have the Slappy World books, some more Slappy World books, and the new Goosebumps series that is still ongoing, Goosebumps House of Shivers. The 6 and 7 books, One Night at Camp Bigfoot and What We Do at Night, are coming out in March and August of 2026 respectively. And I also have the first print original holographic version of Creep from the Deep, Monster Blood for Breakfast, and The Scream of the Haunted Mask. As you can see here, there's the shiny holographic with the colors in the background. My copies of these 3 books do not have them, and that's because my copies are the later versions. And I also have the hardcover version of Little Shop of Hamsters, which is pretty cool. This is my first single Goosebumps book that's in hardcover. Oh yeah, by the way, these books here, I don't count them as duplicates because they're different versions, different printings and stuff. Yeah, I don't count these as duplicates, so yeah. For the retro tins, we have the Scream set, the 25th anniversary set, the Fear set, and the Terror set. Some of the cool things about these tins is that each of them includes 5 Goosebumps books. What's also really cool about them is that I love they included these Goosebumps inserts. And I also love that all the Goosebumps tins have the Goosebumps G logo on the back. That's awesome. The Goosebumps retro tins are pretty awesome, and they're one of my favorite Goosebumps items in my collection. Alright, now we're on the 4th shelf. On the 4th shelf are both the Tales to Give You Goosebumps series and the Give Yourself Goosebumps series. Here's all of the Tales to Give You Goosebumps books over there, and on the top are the Tales to Give You Goosebumps reprints. Alright, these are the reprints of the first 2 Tales to Give You Goosebumps books, and as you can see here, they use the style of More and More and More Tales to Give You Goosebumps, which is the 6th book of the Tales series. Also, unlike the original prints, these books have the barcodes on the back, which you probably can't see them because of the stickers, but they do have the barcodes. The reprint version of Even More Tales to Give You Goosebumps does exist, but it's hard to find. I think the last 3 books of the Tales series just come out of the blue, because the first 3 are the only ones a lot of people recognize. I think it's mainly because of the 30 Tales to Give You Goosebumps book. I think these 3 might be forgotten. I don't know, I could be wrong though. Either way, the Tales to Give You Goosebumps series is a good series because they have 10 stories each. And here are the Give Yourself Goosebumps books. We have the first 22 books with the original cover style with the holographic, and then book 23 to 42 and the special editions, these are the black spines. Now these books here, they're really hard to find, and they're also really expensive. You'll find them on eBay for a really high price. The one Give Yourself Goosebumps special edition that is difficult for Goosebumps fans to find, mainly because it's rare, is Trick or Trapped. This book right here. This one is the rarest and most difficult Goosebumps book to find. And if you looked up for this book on eBay, this book goes for over 3 digits. Yes, I'm serious. 3 digits. If you want to get this book for your collection, you'll have to save up a lot of money before you finally get your hands on it. Or you can try to find this book at used bookstores. Just like I did. I found this book at a bookstore place called Book Off. Finding rare Goosebumps books at used bookstores is impossible, but if you want to try it, well, you can. I suggest you keep trying. Don't give up. And then these 3 books here we have The Time Raider, Golden Sword of Dragon Walk, and Horrors of the Haunted Museum. These 3 books are the Twist the Plot books. These books are actually made by R.L. Stine, and these came out way before Goosebumps. These came out in the early 80s. I've decided to put these in the Give Yourself Goosebumps collection because they have pages where you get to choose which ending you want to go. Like the Give Yourself Goosebumps series, they have over 20 endings. So, yeah. Okay, we're almost done. Now we're on the 5th shelf. On the 5th shelf, we have some R.L. Stine books and some more Goosebumps books. Right here are the Stine Tinglers books. I have all 4 of them. Like the Tales to Give You Goosebumps series, these books actually have some short stories. And these 2 books here are the Blackstone books, Slime Doesn't Pay and Shark Night. And these were called the Blackstone books because they were published by Blackstone Publishing. Here's some Goosebumps advertisements, Get Goosebumps, and Give Yourself Goosebumps. In the inside, we have some Goosebumps stuff. There's Goosebumps stickers. This one right here is a Goosebumps pug. And then here are just some Goosebumps cards and bookmarks and stuff. I'm not going to go through all of these. Let's just say it will be a bit of waste of time. We have some Goosebumps comics. And up here we have R.L. Stine autobiography, It Came From Ohio, My Life as a Writer. We have the hardcover version, paperback version, the 2015 reprint with bonus contents. And this book right here is part of the Who Is series, Who is R.L. Stine, and it's by M.D. Payne. I guess you could say it's not really an R.L. Stine book, but the book is about R.L. Stine, so I've decided to count it as an R.L. Stine book. And I have 2 copies of Tim Jacoba's autobiography It came from New Jersey. My life as an artist. Yes, I have 2 copies. This one right here is a big book called The Art of Goosebumps. It's a book about Tim Jacobus' Goosebumps arts. Then we got the Goosebumps graphic novels, and on the top are Goosebumps activity books. This is the coloring book, this one, How to Draw Goosebumps, and this one is the Haunted Ink activity book, and it comes with the pen, which I will not take out. These books here we have the Stay Out of the Basement Easy Reader. This is actually an educational book. It has a quiz, questions asking you what happens in the story, and it has pictures showing you what happens in the story. Really cool book. And we have The Time We Ran Away and Other Short Stories. This is a book club edition book, and the back it says Scholastic Book Club Special. This book has some short stories in it, but only a few pages, which explains why this book is so thin. This book has a Goosebumps story in it called Don't Open the Monster Blood. These 2 here are the Caps books. We have the Official Collector's Caps book and the Holiday Collector's Caps book. I don't have the caps, I only have the books. And this one is The Amazing Adventure of Me, Myself, and I. This is a Jovial Bob Stine book. And fun fact about this one, this is actually the original version of 3 Faces of Me. And this was released in 1991, which is a year before Goosebumps. And because of that, 3 Faces of Me is not a Goosebumps book. And also, both 3 Faces of Me and this book actually have the same plots. If you don't believe me, check it out. Alright, over here we have more R.L. Stine books. These 2 books right here, we have Nightmare Hour and The Haunting Hour. And here we have are the Nightmare Room books. I have all the books, including the original series. I have all 12 books of the original series. And these 3 are the Trilogy books. And then we have the Gooflumps books. Gooflumps is basically a parody of Goosebumps. I guess you can say these 2 books don't count as Goosebumps books, but they're Goosebumps related, so they counts. And here we have the Triple Header books. There's 2 books in the series. Now, you may be asking, why do I have 2 Triple Header book 1s? Well, that's because there's 2 versions of the book. This one is the holographic version, and this one is the non-holographic version. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool that there's 2 different versions of Triple Header book 1. Then we have this book, Screams in the Night, which is actually Goosebumps Live on Stage. It is a book based on the Goosebumps Live show. Here's the Series 2000 books. As you can see here, I have all 25 books in this series. These 6 books here, they're the R.L. Stine novellas. Now, the reason why they're right after the Series 2000 books was because The Adventures of Shrinkman. It is confirmed that The Adventures of Shrinkman was a lost Goosebumps book. For example, this book is confirmed to be The Incredible Shrinking 5th Grader, which is book 26 of the Series 2000 series. It is a canceled Goosebumps book. R.L. Stine confirmed on Twitter back in 2017 that this is officially Series 2000 book 26. So there's 26 books of Series 2000. And the other 5 books, unfortunately, they're not Goosebumps books. They're just written for the novellas, so yeah. And then right here are the Goosebumps movie books. These books here are based on from the first 2 Goosebumps movies. 5 books based on from the first movie, and then 2 books from Haunted Halloween, which is the second Goosebumps movie. I think the Goosebumps movie books are pretty cool. And finally, we're on the last shelf. On the last shelf, we have some more Goosebumps books, Goosebumps video games, and Goosebumps home media. Right over here, we have the Goosebumps Presents books. These are based on the original Goosebumps TV show. As you can see here, I have all 18 books of the series. I even have the rare ones right here. And right here, if you look closely, I have 2 copies of Monster Blood. Yes, I'm serious. 2 copies of Monster Blood. Down here, we have 2 books based on the new Goosebumps show on Disney+. And on the bottom here, there's the Viewer Beware the Goosebumps TV Companion, which is a book about behind the scenes of the original Goosebumps TV show. And right here are Goosebumps video games. We have the Escape from Horrorland PC game, Goosebumps Horrorland for the Wii, and we have 2 console versions of Goosebumps the game. I have all console versions of Dead of Night, and all console versions of Terror in Little Creek. And these right here, I think they're the Goosebumps audio stuff. This one here is the Attack of the Mutant audiobook, the Goosebumps the Musical Phantom of the Auditorium CD, and this one is the Sounds of Halloween CD. Alright, here are the Goosebumps VHSs. As you can see here, it's almost complete. The other VHSs like Night of the Living Dummy 3, One Day at Horrorland, and the Bride of the Living Dummy and Old Story VHSs, those are rare and hard to find. And like the Give Yourself Goosebumps Black Stine books, you'll find them online for a really high price. I'll probably get those VHSs sometime in the future. And these right here are the Goosebumps movies. I have them on DVD and Blu-ray. And here are the DVDs. On the top are some compilation DVDs. Right here, these are the double features. Some more double features here. These two are the triple features 3 DVD packs. And more triple features called the 3-pack thrillers. Here are the Goosebumps First Series DVDs. Now, fun fact about them is that, as you can see on the spine, they use the style of the 2003 reprints. That's cool. And as you can see here, there's 2 versions of Trilogy. Here's the 2005 version with the cover of Monster Blood. And here's the 2008 version with the cover of Monster Blood 3. And on the back, for some reason, it has pictures of the episode, How I Got My Shrunken Head. But they kept the Trilogy plot synopsis right here. And here we have the second series DVDs, where they have the new covers. Like A Night in Terror Tower, for example. It has the new cover instead of Tim Jacobus's. And these 3 DVDs here, it came from Beneath the Sink, Night of the Living Dummy, and Say Cheese and Die. I'm guessing they're the newer versions of the 2007 versions. And also, they were released for the 20th anniversary of Goosebumps. I'm not sure why they're releasing these DVDs again, but with new covers, but who knows. Honestly, they could have just made The Haunted Mask on DVD, and they should make Werewolf Skin on DVD and have the Cuckoo Clock of Doom as a bonus episode. That will be cool, don't you think? And finally, we have the Nightmare Room DVDs and the Haunting Hour DVDs. This one is the movie, Don't Think About It, and all 6 volumes of the series. The first 5 volumes have all the episodes of Season 1, and both Volume 5 and 6 had episodes from Season 2. I'm not sure why they stopped making these DVDs. I'm guessing things didn't work out. It's a shame that all 3 shows are cancelled. I wish they continue making these 3 shows. Don't you? And that's it. So, before the end of this video, I would like to say one thing. This video will be the last Goosebumps Collection video. The reason was because, honestly, I don't think I'll be able to make another Goosebumps Collection video in the future. Let's just say it's not that interesting. So, after this, no more Goosebumps Collection videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.